The wait is finally over. ASHIKA Island is now here, and with that being said, there has been some changes to weapons as well. So I'm going to be running you through the top 10 you should use right now. This map is smaller, faster paced, and it is a resurgence game mode, so you are going to want to use slightly different builds and weapons. I always like to make my videos straight to the point, simple and quick, so if you enjoy, subscribe for more. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get into it. So starting it off, we have the Kastov-762, a long-range build, and this thing just feels really good right now. I really recommend giving it a go. So this is the full loadout. I'm going to be running through each of the attachments as well and the tuning. So first of all, we have the muzzle and also the barrel. These two are simply just going to make it more of an AR, increasing the accuracy and the range and just making it more of an AR. It's needed. We then have the underbarrel, increasing the accuracy, the 40 round magazine, and the AIMO PV4 optic, my favorite. You can use any optic you want, but this one is just my go-to. The next weapon is the Basilisk, as you can see, and this is an extremely OP weapon, especially on a closer range map. It can two-shot within 10 meters, and at the moment this thing is feeling really good even after the most recent updates. We have the trigger for increased fire rate, then we have the snake shot for increased damage, the rapid loader so it reloads faster, and then we have the rear grip for more ADS and sprint fire speed, and there is also some tuning for this one as well. This is the only attachment for this class that has any tuning on it, by the way, and then we have this as well for increased sprint fire speed. The MP5 is next, and it's the MP5. Do I really need to say that much about this? It's the MP5. It's a close range map. This has a very high mobility and TTK. This is definitely going to dominate ASHIKA Island. So this is the full loadout. Let me run through the attachments. So we have the muzzle on this one. I do like to use a suppressor on the MP5. If you wanted to, you could maybe use a muzzle that isn't a suppressor and just a muzzle that increases the accuracy instead. But I just really like this one, and it is statistically one of the best because it does increase the damage range, bullet velocity, and accuracy. We're then going to be using the shark fin underbarrel just to overall increase the aiming stability on this weapon. Very good attachment for SMGs. We then have the 50 or the 40 round magazine. 50 will give you more bullets but less mobility and ADS speed. 40 will give you less bullets and it will give you more mobility, so it's up to you what you want. We then have the laser for more ADS and then the rear grip for more recoil control, and that is the full loadout. On to the next, which is the TAQ-V, a very powerful weapon. I feel like this is still very underrated. Most people are still using like the RPK and also like the TAQ-56, but the TAQ-V is one of those weapons that is just really strong right now. So here is the loadout for this weapon. Starting it off with the muzzle for the increase in accuracy and range, and we're not going to be using a barrel on this one. It is not needed. We then have the underbarrel, which is going to be increasing the accuracy. The ammo type is going to be the high velocity ammo type just for more accuracy and range. 50 round drum, and then the optic as the final attachment. On to the next, which is going to be the FENNEC. Now, yes, you're probably thinking the FENNEC, didn't this get a nerf? Didn't this get changed? It did, but it is still very good. Just like it happens all the time. Just because it got changed, it doesn't mean it's ass now. It still is a definite competitor. Now, this specific build is a bit different than what everyone else is using. I like to make this a hipfire build. So we're going to be starting off with the barrel here for the increase in accuracy and range, and in the Merc foregrip for the hipfire accuracy. This hipfire build is honestly deadly, and especially deadly on a close range map like ASHIKA Island. We then have the laser for even more hipfire accuracy. This is definitely one of the best lasers for that. The no stock for even more hipfire accuracy and ADS and sprint fire speed and mobility, and then the mag to finish it off. The M13B is next, which is definitely one of my favorite weapons. Just look at this thing. It basically has no recoil. It feels amazing. Here are all the attachments. We're going to be starting it off with the muzzle here and then the barrel. These are both going to increase the accuracy and the range of the weapon, just like always, just to make it more of an AR. We then have the FTAC Ripper here to increase the overall accuracy of the weapon, so it's really accurate at those longer ranges. The 60 round magazine, and then the optic to finish it off. Honestly, one of my favorite and go-to weapons right now. Next up is the Signal 50, one of the best snipers in the game. It has a very quick fire rate, which allows you to hit people multiple times very quickly. Even if you miss a shot, you're going to be able to hit the next one pretty quickly, which is one of the best things about this weapon. So starting off here with the muzzle, this is to increase the bullet velocity of the weapon, which is very important on snipers. We then have the barrel, which basically does the same thing. We're going to be tuning most of these attachments for more ADS, by the way. Then we have the laser here for more ADS and sprint fire speed, very, very important on a sniper. And then the high velocity ammo type for the increase in bullet velocity, and finishing it off with the rear grip for the increase in ADS and sprint fire speed, tuning it for even more of both. Next up is the Chimera, but you want to actually use this as a close range build instead. It is an AR, but you want to use this as a sniper support option for medium and close range because it absolutely shreds in those areas. So we're going to be starting off with the muzzle and then the barrel. Now quickly, if it does not let you put a muzzle on, it's because for some reason you need to put the barrel on first and then you can put the muzzle on. So if it's happening, that is why. So we have the muzzle and the barrel for accuracy and range. Then we have the VLK laser here for increased in ADS and sprint fire speed. A nice optic, and then the 45 round mag, nice and simple. The M4 is next on the list, and I feel like this is just one of those all-round reliable weapons. Like, you can just count on this weapon to just be good in all areas: close range, medium, very low recoil, good TTK. And we'll be starting this one off with the muzzle and the barrel for the increase in accuracy and range, just like pretty much every AR. We're then going to be using the FTAC gripper for the overall increase in accuracy, then the 60 round magazine and the optic to finish it off. And finally, we have the SAKIN MG, a very, very good RPK replacement. You have to try this one out. As always, here are all the attachments. Let me get into each of them. So we have the muzzle for overall accuracy and range. Then we have the barrel, which pretty much does the same thing. We then have the underbarrel for the increase in accuracy. And then we have the laser, which is very, very important on this because it increases the ADS and sprint fire speed. And then the optic. That is it. Enjoy. Subscribe for more.